Hello and welcome to another week of Good Life Training. Today we're going to be conducting an overview on how to conduct trade shows. Trade shows are an important part of building your business due to the fact that it provides the opportunity of generating a tremendous amount of new leads. One of the problems that typically people have when getting involved in the business is that they run out of friends and family very quickly when sharing the opportunity and products. Other than going out and doing what we call the 3-foot rule, talking to everyone within 3 feet that you meet about the opportunity or the products, or by just simply going out and handing out VIP cards and then collecting a business card in return, trade shows are an incredible, effective way to build your business. So we're going to be taking the time to provide about 20 years of experience in building business on trade shows. Bottom line, showing you how to make money giving away travel savings. When conducting a trade show, one of the first important factors of a trade show is that you're going to be working with other IBOs because you're going to be developing a team. What you're going to want to do when developing your team is make sure that you have a variety of people that are participating. It's always good to have somebody that's brand new in the business to learn from those that have been in the business for a while. So one great benefit of conducting trade shows and inviting a new person is that the new IBO is placed in an environment to initiate conversation with prospects. Typically, an individual hates to sell anything. Everyone hates rejection. And when it comes to trade shows, you would think that after getting a certain amount of no's, someone would be very disenfranchised, maybe give up hope in moving forward. But here's the reality. If you have the right mindset, doing a trade show and saying, today I'm going to work to try to get 100 no's, you're going to find that you're going to be getting a lot of yeses. That's one of the powerful aspects of a trade show. Based on the trade show that you select, it's going to be absolutely impossible that you're not going to have anyone not interested in the product, the opportunity, or both. So when doing a trade show, it provides, once again, an IBO a great learning ground. It's always important for the new IBO to be listening to their teammates that have more experience, or maybe their sponsor or enroller that are participating. It also provides an opportunity to develop a strong relationship and bond with your team. We have a saying that teams that do trade shows and travel together stay together. So why conduct trade shows? First of all, I like to say it's a non-confrontational way to develop retail customers and opportunity leads. Prospects are attending the particular show that you are participating in because they have an interest in the related show theme. So for example, if you're participating in a travel industry show, obviously people are interested in travel. If you're participating in, let's say, a honeymoon and wedding show, you're going to have a lot of opportunity because people are looking to travel, take that honeymoon and travel cheaper. We found that each IBO should generate 35 to 40 quality leads per day during a 6-hour minimum. And when we say 35 to 40 quality, there may be 100 to 150 main leads, but out of those main leads, each individual will actually find about 35 to 40 of them to be what we'll call hot leads. You want to first start off by hopefully getting someone interested, or the prospect interested, in the Platinum Lifestyle subscription, then upgrade them to the opportunity. I always say lead with the product, especially depending upon the type of trade show that you're doing, and then follow with the opportunity. However, if you are working, let's say, an entrepreneur show, a small business home-based show, something like that, where you're looking for entrepreneurs, then maybe you start with the opportunity. It's also a great way to open up and grow a city or a state. We highly recommend that you start with the city and state that you actually reside in versus becoming a road warrior. When we talk about developing and building a trade show system, it really is a cost-effective way to build your business. And by the way, this isn't a cost that you need to incur by yourself. This is something that you need to develop a team of 4 to 5 people that are each pitching in anywhere from 4 to 5, maybe the maximum $600 per person. That includes the registration of the booth and everything else you're going to need for the actual booth. We always recommend that you get a 10 by 10 booth. That's basically kind of the average booth size and more cost effective than trying to get a huge booth. And the return on investment is once again based upon how many retail platinum sales that you actually end up with, how many VIP cards you issue and how many are used, and then also take into consideration which prospect can be your next opportunity star. Someone that you bring into the business that comes in and builds a huge organization over a period of time. Bottom line is you never know who the next leader is going to be in this company, or if you're the one that brings them into the business. Now, additional costs may be required due to different issues with a particular trade show, like licensing and things like that. But keep in mind, the objective is that you're not going to try to sell a lot of things at the actual trade show. Some keys to success is when conducting a trade show, also take into consideration the follow-up presentation and seminars that you're going to be having after the trade show's over. The idea is that you want to follow up with your leads within 48 hours. If you're going to be doing a large event, consider to do maybe a small hotel room, maybe a meeting room at a restaurant, maybe the lobby of a hotel, depending upon how many people you're going to be meeting with. Get creative. You don't have to get real expensive, but make sure you have a place set that you know that you're going to be inviting people to follow up. So hypothetically, if your trade show is on a weekend, have the first follow-up event the following Tuesday or Wednesday evening. Hand out an invitation to that event when you've actually signed somebody up with what we call your lead form. This way it makes it a little bit professional that you're providing them an invitation. And then also it's always good to potentially on that invitation have a dollar value that, hey, at the door we collect $25, but if you show this invitation, you come for free. Also request that the individual RSVP with you. They cannot attend. And that's once again all about following up. When we conduct a trade show, one of the ways to generate leads is by having people fill out a lead form request. Which basically provides information about that individual, but most importantly, the reason they're going to fill it out is that they're going to be entering into a contest for a drawing, for prizes. Make sure that those prizes are not given out at the trade show, that they're only given out at the follow-up event or meeting. And if the individual can't come to the follow-up event or meeting, then set a time to meet with them wherever you can. If they cannot follow up on that first part of the week, a lot of times they're available on weekends. So in addition to having it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, also consider hanging out to the following Saturday to have a Saturday morning presentation and then a Saturday quick start training. Try to plan on being in that city if you're coming in from out of state or out of city, 7 to 10 days, because you want to make sure that you have quality time in that area to work those leads. Always make sure that if you do not live in that area, that you have people that are representing your interests, that are part of your team, that can follow up with the leads that you've generated. Nothing worse than generating a bunch of leads and not being able to follow up. And by the way, follow up, the key to success in this is not only following up within 48 hours, but also making sure that you get in front of them in person. How to find trade shows, real simple. So all sorts of ways that you can do. Whether it's a trade show or a fair, try to stay away from swap meets. Those aren't really usually too positive in terms of professionalism or the way to represent our product or the opportunity. But check for in your city convention center websites, Chamber of Commerce listings. Make sure you look at advertisements, billboards, newspaper, radios, and magazines. Always keep your eyes open and ears open for different things that are happening so you are aware of different shows that may be happening in your backyard that you weren't aware of. Also go to Google and type in nutritional shows, type in home-based business or entrepreneur shows, type in travel and consumer shows. Another great show is the Women's Expo show. There's one called DFWWomen'sExpo.com that's a good one to check out. Probably one of the best ones is wedding and bridal shows, like I talked about earlier. People are going there because they're looking to save money on their honeymoon and obviously other areas that are involved with their wedding. But honeymoon's a big deal. In addition, these are great prospects for opportunity because they may want to start a part-time business together. When selecting a show, first of all, find a show that fits your demographic. And when I say demographic, you don't want to go to a show that people attending more than likely are not going to have any money, they're broke, they don't travel, whatever that is. It's pretty simple to figure out. Want to make sure that it shows that people attending actually have dispensable income and probably people that actually do some traveling. Try to select a show within driving distance of local support. Nothing worse than going into a city and there's no one locally to assist. Try to stay away from shows that are what are called free admission shows. Free admission shows typically bring in people that got nothing else to do because they're pretty broke and they can't afford entertainment or anything else, so they come walk around the shows getting free candy. Home and garden shows is typically not a good demographic for us. Bottom line, don't pick a show that's not related to what you're promoting. And when you also consider doing a show, don't do a show that the cost of the trade show or the fair, whatever it is unreasonable compared to the return on investment. When getting registered for a trade shows, and if you're promoting a trade show, promoting Good Life USA or the Platinum subscription, you need to pre-register with the compliance. Go into your back office and find the tab called Trade Shows, read the policy and procedures, check the calendar, see if anyone else has reserved a show, complete the show reservation form and submit it for approval. Compliance will follow up with an approval email. Then you're going to need to complete your registration with the trade show organization. Your trade show will actually be listed on a calendar, so that way if anyone else is looking to do the same show, first one that submits is the first one that gets approved. We do not want to have multiple people working multiple booths at any one particular trade show. So once again, when you register your trade show with a trade show company, you're not representing us as an employee. You're going to need to let them know that you're representing the brand as an independent contractor. Once again, understand you're going to be responsible for the standard show fees, which is the typical booth space of a 10 by 10. And if you decide you want to get electrical, internet, anything like that, but we suggest that you don't do that. You don't need to have a TV running. You don't need to have a video loop. You don't need to have any of that. Really don't worry about the electric or internet access because your job and goal is to sit there and to get leads. And once again, when we talk about doing the show, only one group or one team per trade show unless approved by the company. When selecting your team, first of all, select people that are hopefully local to the event. They have mixed experience, but keep in mind, everyone needs to have a positive attitude and have some kind of a personality and someone that's dependable. You want to make sure that you're well dressed and groomed. You could be uniformed out, like wearing company shirts and hats or any type of a theme, like a Hawaiian tropic theme or something fun, but just make sure everyone's in uniformity or professionally dressed because your first impression is very important with a new prospect. One person is going to be designated as a team leader. That's obviously the person that's going to register the show. They are the person that's in charge and makes the decisions. Make sure that the person, hopefully, that's leading the show has proven success and knows our program, or team up with somebody that does. And also make sure that person's the one that's willing to, what we like to call, be the off-site presenter. And what that means is that if you have somebody that comes to your trade show booth and they're really interested in the opportunity, you don't want to do a presentation at the actual trade show booth. You're going to want to take that person over to the food court or away from the table, take your computer, sit down with them and show them a presentation away from everyone. You do not want to do presentations at the booth. Some important marketing materials that you're kind of probably need for your booth. It's always great to have an actual booth, what we call a 10 by 10 backdrop. Your banners, tabletop, stand-up banners. You're going to need a lead box, pens, clipboards, business cards, stapler, laptop. You really need to have one, but not at the booth. Have one there so once again you could do your off-site presentation. It's important, once again, when you have your lead box, that have that lead box on your front table, so that way when people are filling out the questionnaire, you're taking that lead and actually putting it into the lead box that they see it go into the lead box. And you could get a lead box in our marketing area where you can buy all these materials, or maybe just get a cardboard box and put wrapping paper around it and cut a slit in the top. Whatever your budgets allow you to do. So we have a place called the Good Life Marketplace. It's located in your back office. Now, this is not the Wholesale Shopping Network. This is the Good Life Marketplace. This is a different location where you get business cards and all the sales aids and materials. Also, I want to recommend that you can get some of our products, whether it's our Vera or whether it's our Alaris or even our new CBD product. You could actually, for example, get the new CBD product, buy them in mass wholesale, and resell them at these events, generating another avenue of income, buying wholesale, selling retail, but also getting more traction to your trade show booth. CBD is a huge, huge opportunity in the marketplace today. When we talk about lead generation, it's all about generating the leads, once again, not selling the opportunity or product at the time that you're talking with someone. You're looking to generate a lead because, once again, they're interested in what it is that we're doing. The best way to generate a lead is by, once again, promoting some type of a giveaway. And the best giveaway is you could have, hey, we have Cancun vacation. We have a $200 travel saver card. We have a $2,000 travel saver card. Whatever type of prizes or gifts you want to give away, bottom line is you're going to advertise, hey, this is what we're giving away. Grand prize is Cancun vacation. Second prize is a $2,000 VIP saver. Third prize is a $200 VIP card. And then this way, people know what you're giving away. And you might also want to put on there that, you know, on your advertisement, on however you're promoting what it is that you're giving away, I always like to put on there, everyone's a winner. So this way they know that if they go ahead and they enter into the drawing, they're going to be winning something. And by the way, these are all very low cost prizes with high perceived value. When generating booth interest, make sure to position and display your booth properly. Consider paying extra for a corner booth. It's always great to be positioned near the main entrance or the food court. Maybe have some little samples of candy mints or other low-cost goodies that you have on a little bowl at your table. Once again, when we advertise for a drawing. Create a little board that you could set up on your table. Hey, come enter our drawing for these great prizes. Everyone's a winner. Keep your booth open, meaning don't set tables in front of the booth that cuts everyone off. Put your tables on the side of the booth, and that way you keep your booth open. This way you're drawing people into your booth. Don't have anybody sitting on a chair behind a table. Have everyone standing. Sitting is very unprofessional. Make sure everyone's standing, and it's kind of like fishing for prospects. Everyone's standing there talking to people and reeling them into your booth to fill out the entry form. What you do not need, you do not need a TV or a video loop playing. As I stressed before, don't conduct a presentation at the booth. Take them to the food court tables or offsite. Do not talk about things that you're not 100% informed about. No bashing or bad-mouthing other companies or competition, but you can reference the difference. No exaggeration of income claims or misleading examples of savings. This is a great opportunity that if you do have someone that is interested in the Platinum subscription, this is a great opportunity to have some of your own personal testimonials and documentation. Whether you have copies of receipts, whether you have pictures, whatever it may be that you could use as examples. Anything that's a personal testimonial is fine, but don't get into income claims, very important, or guaranteed income. Some of the do nots, do not talk too much as you're there to get leads, as many leads as possible. Do not represent yourself as an employee of Good Life. Do not cross-prospect other trade show vendors or businesses, at least until the last day. Once the show's about over, nothing wrong with going and collecting business cards because they're all traveling, right? So you might be able to grab their business cards, put your business card in their fishbowl or their drawing. So then this way they contact you and you contact them. Don't walk around handing out materials. Typically that'll get you kicked out of the trade show. Don't hand out expensive materials. If you're going to hand anything out, flyers, anything else, make black and white copies, hand those out with a business card attached. Make sure you're always getting someone else's business card, preferably having them fill out a questionnaire, and keep any colored copy materials, any of the expensive stuff, saved for the people that are super serious, the ones you might do an offsite presentation. We like to say keeping that is what we call the professional package for hot leads. And then try to, once again, keep local and avoid traveling out of your marketplace. Now, when developing your questionnaire, you want to try to create a questionnaire that's kind of small on a little paper that fits on a clipboard, and just kind of keep it simple. You could create your own questions, but here's an example of one that you could use. So on the questionnaire, your first question is their name, their city, their phone, and make sure you put the area code, email. And then ask some qualifying questions. Circle or check these boxes. Are you employed? Self, job, retired, and occupation. Do you have a website? Website address. Are you planning to travel in the future? Would you like to travel retail or wholesale? How would you like to learn how to travel for free? Do you know anyone that travels? Are you interested in making extra income? If yes, how much extra income a month? Would you like to get paid to give away free travel savings? So these are really good questions to add onto your sheet, because this will help you when following up the right questions to ask the prospect. When maximizing your success and generating a lead, write the name of the individual that generated the lead. I always like to say the leads that an individual generates is their lead. You're not going to just take a lead, put it into the box, and just hand it out to whoever. It's real important that you put your name on the back of the lead. The lead goes into the lead box, and after the show's over, the team leader is going to distribute those leads based upon whose name's on the back of it. Also, I like to write reminder notes on the actual lead. So if I'm talking to somebody while they're filling out the questionnaire, I may learn something that I'm going to want to follow up with them, and I write notes. And also I put stars on the back of the lead sheet to kind of put them in a priority setting. So I might put 5 stars if they're an excellent lead, 1 star if they're not so good of a lead. But remember, it's not about prejudging, it's about who you're going to talk to first. Also, I like to document the interest. Was there an interest in product, opportunity, or both on the lead on the back of it? As I said before, follow up within 24 to 48 hours. You don't want these leads to sit around for weeks, because these people are not going to remember you. Make everyone a winner and require to meet to receive the prize. I know I said that already, but I can't stress that enough. Don't give out your gifts at the trade show. Make sure that they meet with you to get the specific gift that they've won. Only conduct 1 trade show per 90 to 120 days per team. Why? Because you want to make sure you get through all your leads before you get to another trade show. When we talk about following up, not only are you going to have everyone call the individuals, but your goal and objective is to make a phone call to get what I like to call 3 yeses. So here's an example of a script. Hi, Michelle. My name is Rob. I met you at the Women's Expo on Saturday when you came by our booth called Good Life USA. You took the time to complete our entry form for prizes. Michelle, I wanted to congratulate you on winning a $200 Travel Saver card. So remember, we talked about earlier that we want everyone to be a winner, okay? So I'm telling her that she won a $200 Travel Saver card. It could be a $2,000, it could be whatever you want it to be, right? So I always like to do the $200 card, make everyone a winner on that. Michelle, I'd like to set up an appointment so we could meet, so I could give you your prize. It's a physical card. I'm not going to be able to email it to you or mail it. What day of the week works best for you? And why am I saying this? Because understand when prospecting a lead. You want to direct the conversation. You don't want to get into a lot of questioning on, well, do you have time to meet? What you want to do is be the person that's taking charge of the conversation. So what you want to say is, what day of the week works best for you to meet? I didn't ask, did they want to meet or not? I asked him what day of the week works best. Great. What time of the day would be good for you? Morning, afternoon, or evening? Evening, great. How about 7 p.m.? Now, when they say, okay, yes, that's good, guess what? You've now set your meeting, and that's your first yes. Because remember, the goal is a minimum of 3 yeses. The next question I ask is, well, can you come attend the event that we're going to be having? And if they say no, then say, well, listen, is there a Starbucks near you? So once again, the reason that we're going to talk about Starbucks here is in the event that they could not make the event that you're having on the following Tuesday, Wednesday, or Saturday, okay? Because you're already going to know that. And if they did RSVP and say that they can't make that event, then once again, you're going to go to, listen, let's go ahead and set a date and time to meet, and is there a Starbucks near you? Great, I know where that one's at. So they're going to tell you a Starbucks near you because there's a Starbucks everywhere. And it's a great place to meet, non-confrontational, great place for internet access if you need it. So I always like to have a Starbucks. And so if you say, so the Starbucks is good for you, yes, that's it. Number 2, yes. Michelle, I noticed that you said you were interested in making an extra $500 a month from home. Is that something that you're real serious about? And hopefully they say yes. That's your yes number 3. Then we move on. Are you currently looking for an opportunity to help you achieve that goal? And if they say yes, well, what are you looking to do? Well, that's another yes. That's number 4 yes. If they say no, well, then when we meet, I would like to show you a simple way to make some part-time income that you're not going to believe how easy it is, as everyone you know will want what you're offering. I'm sure you know people that travel, right? And if they say yes, that's your number 4 or 5 yes. By the way, Michelle, if you have a spouse or a boyfriend, why don't you invite them to join our meeting, and I will buy you both a drink for taking the time to meet, plus give you your $200 travel VIP card. Michelle, thanks again for taking the time to talk, and congratulations on being a winner. I look forward to seeing you at 7 p.m. on Thursday at Starbucks. By the way, let me give you my cell phone number, the one I'm calling you from, that should show up on your phone in case you need to get a hold of me. Now, I want to back up for a second. We said bring your spouse or boyfriend or whoever their significant other is. Why do we want to do that? Because you want to get both people that are going to be potentially involved in this at the same presentation. Because you don't want to do a presentation to one person, they get excited, they go home, and they get basically derailed by their spouse or significant other. Typically, the people that aren't at the event are going to be more skeptical. They're not going to believe it, and they're going to kind of be the dream stealer. So make sure that they attend that event or that meeting also. Now, when generating prospects, create your prospect list. I call it nesting for a flock of eagles. Eagles are leaders. We don't want ducks. Ducks fly in flocks. So when we talk about eagles, eagles are what we're looking for. And so when you create your prospect list after you've generated all your leads, put them on an Excel spreadsheet, categorize them and put columns: name, email, phone number, city, state. Did you give them a card? What kind of card was it? Are they interested in becoming an IBO? Are they interested in platinum? Give them a star rating and then any tickler notes, okay? So when we talk about star rating, it's who you want to talk to first, not prejudging someone. So they could literally be both. You gave them a $2,000 VIP card as a winner. They're interested in the platinum. They're interested in IBO. I'd give them a 5-star. So this way you're able to develop your prospect list effectively. Now, when we talk about duplicating for success, consider that the people that are on your team, let's say you're the team leader, get 4 people working with you, and your ultimate goal is to do what? Get those 4 people to become their own leader. So they'll ultimately be doing their own trade show with their own team of 4. So your goal is to be the eagle, create 4 eaglets, and then get them to all become their own eagle, creating their eaglets. And basically, this is the process of duplication and exploding your team. So let's just kind of talk a little bit about the numbers. Let's say that you generate an average of 70 qualified leads per person. And there's 5 people working the show, you and 4 others. That's 70 times 5, that's 350 leads. Let's say you had 4 teams doing the same thing. That's 1,400 leads per quarter, or 5,600 leads for the year. Your closing percentages based upon the business for IBOs is going to be about 15%. And then keep in mind, you're going to have people just a platinum subscriber. So there's all sorts of areas of opportunity. But just based upon the 15% return on that, that's over 840 IBOs in your organization. And so when we talk about, let's say, issuing each person 70 $200 VIP cards, that's 14,000 in maximum savings, or a potential of 7,000 in earnings based upon 50%. So bottom line, on your return on investment, let's say it cost $500 or $400, your return on investment just on the usage of VIP cards at a 14,000 in potential savings and 7,000 in earnings, what would be the percentage that you need to have ROI just based upon that alone? So I hope this has given you some good information on developing and building a team to conduct trade shows. And we hope that you'll be inspired to get out there and to promote Good Life, work as a team, and generate leads for success. Once again, thank you for taking your time this day today to review this training. And if you are interested more in trade shows, make sure you get into your back office and you can review this training again. And also, once again, make sure that you work with a team when doing trade shows. Thank you, and best wishes for success.